guys, the Super Review Show for another My Thoughts on Video. This is my thoughts on the most recent news that just came out about James Bond and MGM signing over and basically saying that Amazon and MGM Studios now have full, complete control over the James Bond character. Now, you're talking to a guy. Now, listen, full disclosure. I am a James Bond fan. Our Super Review Show Instagram account that I control follows the James Bond account run by, the movie producers, etc., or the whatever company. But this is a big deal. I'm a big James Bond fan. I'm a big spy fan. A Mission Impossible, same thing. Love those types of movies. This is kind of surprising, truthfully, because what happened was, to break it down overall, and then I'll give my opinion of it in a second. But basically, as of, I think, yesterday, February 20th, 2025, MGM, Amazon Studios and MGM have full creative control now over the character of James Bond, effective, I think, yesterday, because basically the original, to my understanding, the original owners of James Bond who live in the UK, who live in Britain, we love you Brits, we love you guys, but they had full control over the character, creatively speaking, but MGM was the distribution of the film, and because they had the story, they had the production rights, there you go. That being said, now that MGM and Amazon really have complete and utter control over the future of James Bond, the question has been the last 24 hours, where will it go? What's going to happen? And I honestly think that, will we see a female James Bond? I've read a lot of theories online. I've watched people online on YouTube already talking about this, and this is why I'm going to share my thoughts on this in general, because it's pretty big news. Because spoilers ahead of here. If you did not see No Time to Die, which I feel like a lot of people did actually, 2021. But if you have not seen No Time to Die, full spoilers really quick. Just mute the video for a second or whatever. The Daniel Craig era of James Bond dies at the end of the movie in No Time to Die. But at the very end of the credits, though, it says James Bond will return. You're good now. Basically stating that there's going to be more James Bond movies down the line. But what will it entail? Who's going to be the next Bond? Who's it going to be? It's not Daniel Craig anymore. But who will it be moving forward? Will it be a female? Will it be a 00? Who knows? A lot of those questions have been rising amongst the James Bond fan communities of the past 24 hours because of this news that just broke. That Amazon has full creative control over this. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the deal, but basically the gist of it is that Amazon and MGM basically paid off the Broccoli family. That's their name. The Broccoli family over in the UK and said, hey, we'll take care of James Bond and we'll give you X amount of dollars. I don't know the specifics of that deal. I don't follow that money closely, nor would I, because I'm not that fully in depth in tune with that specifically. But I do know that they paid him well, and I was shocked by it. That they said, oh yeah, we'll take your money and you can have control over James Bond. There's been 25 films over the past since 1965, since Dr. No. This franchise has been going a long, long, long time. Basically 60 years pretty much at this point since Dr. No, which is nuts to think that James Bond has been around for that long. Now, my opinion of James Bond in the modern context of film is that, well, he's kind of I don't want to say he's old news or he's not relevant anymore, because he's still James Bond. People know who James Bond is. He's 007, James Bond, super spy. Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig. There's so much I can say about this, truthfully, but the deal itself is not that surprising to me, because Amazon, I think, and MGM want to take full control of their rights. They have RoboCop, they have a couple things too. They have Rocky, if I'm not mistaken, like the Creed films. But why is it? My thoughts on this and what was so significant is because, not for nothing. I've seen so many speculations online, but they're just to give you guys a rundown of what people are saying online. They're saying that it might be a TV show on Prime. They might be, they might actually have like more movies coming out by 2027. Which to be fair, 2021 and 2027, there's a 6-year gap. 6-year gap between the two of them. Between No Time to Die and whenever the next Bond movie comes out. So now that MGM and Amazon have all the rights to the character, fully in creative control over the character too, of James Bond, this begs the question about who's going to be the next James Bond. What format will it be? That's a big factor now too. Let's face it. But what format will it be? Will it be a TV show? Will it be a movie? Will they run? Because James Bond has been known to be films. I mean, could they do a TV show? Sure, I'm sure they could. Will they do an animated movie? That's one that I just thought of off the top of my head right now. Could they do an animated James Bond special for just Prime members? Who knows? So there's a lot of things up in the air right now. Will they be a Jane Bond? I don't think they're going to do a gender swap thing. I'm not getting political. I'm just saying just generically. There's been reports and people online saying, oh, well, Amazon and Amazon Studios. I'm sounding stereotypical, but Amazon, they always do gender like swap things. That was Jack Reacher, the John Krasinski one. Did they switch that? No. Were the boys? Were the Fallout series? They've made a lot of really good content too. Amazon is known to be making really good content, not excluding Lord of the Rings season 1 that I've heard was a very mixed bag in general. I've heard things about this. Like Amazon is becoming a very reputable studio in general, and not to mention too, aside from the James Bond stuff, I guarantee you that the next James Bond movie. This is a side note for just Amazon in general. They're planning on releasing 16 movies a year, starting by 2020 this year. If not this year, I think by next year, 2026, they want to release at least 16 theatrically produced films per year, and this has to include a James Bond movie here and there. Maybe not by 2027, but hopefully by 2026. Well, that mean it has to go production pretty soon, to be honest with you. But anyways, I digress. So overall, I think am I happy about the news? I'm kind of surprised, needless to say. I mean, is this an absolute shocker to me? Kind of, truthfully, because you think that the UK, the intellectual property owners of the James Bond character would say, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do whatever. No. But this is actually pretty big news as far as the future of the character goes. So, but overall, I'm curious to see what you have to say out there. Please jump down in the comments section below. Share your thoughts on James Bond, the character, on this news about MGM buying the intellectual, creative control rights of James Bond. Where do you see the James Bond franchise going from here? Please let me know what you guys are thinking about there in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this too. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages as well, simply at The Super Review Show. But for all of my thoughts on videos and many more, keep it locked on The Super Review Show. The J-Man is off the rock. We'll see you guys later.